premise of Hallmark's Window Wonderland is something that sounded really interesting because I hadn't seen a Christmas film that focused purely on Christmas window displays, and I wasn't really sure how they would do this or what the focuses would be. And I have to say, having watched it, the execution of this is pretty great, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was released originally in 2013, directed by Michael M. Scott, stars Chyler Leigh and Paul Campbell as our protagonists Sloan and Jake. Both Sloan and Jake have been tasked with dressing the windows of a department store in the run-up to Christmas. Both of them are competing with each other, they both have their own window. And the majority of the film is basically about them getting on each other's nerves, mainly Jake getting on Sloan's nerves. Jake is a lot more open to a friendship with Sloan, a lot more open to working alongside her. Sloan very much has her own way of doing things and wants to do them her way because in her eyes her way is the right way. It's a very classic approach for the female protagonist of a Christmas rom-com from Hallmark. She's very stereotypical in that way, but not necessarily a bad thing. For me, the most exciting thing was, of course, seeing what the window displays would look like, and they certainly came up with some very unique ideas. I will say none of them looked like Christmas window displays that I've seen. Every Christmas I'd go to the Finochio window display in Newcastle where I grew up, and it'd be so beautiful and people would queue up to see it. These are a lot more simple displays with maybe a pun or an interesting twist on the classic Christmas take, so not quite what I had in mind. But at the same time, for a department store window display, they're actually quite fun to see and, wondering what's going to happen next with regards to who is going to win this and who will come out top. I'd say it's not predictable. I didn't really work out what the result would be until quite near the end, which is quite refreshing because with a lot of Hallmark films, you can usually work out that stuff really early on. So that's something that I found to be really rewarding and quite refreshing. It's quite festive. It's not the most festive. It's not all candy canes and decorations and mistletoe and caroling. The majority of the film takes place in and around the department store, which is something I like. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I love Christmas films set in department stores because they just remind me of shopping at Christmas, which I don't do anymore. I do most of my Christmas shopping online because I hate crowds. But it does remind me of, Christmas department store decorations and giant trees in shopping malls. So in that way, it definitely is going to put you in the festive mood if you have those kind of memories too, which I hope you do. It is a lovely film. I was very excited to see how they handled this concept. I'm very pleased to say that I thoroughly enjoyed the execution of that narrative. The characters are fairly interesting. Jake is a character who I really liked, but to begin with, he annoyed me. So give him time if you feel the same way to begin with. But either way, Hallmark's Window Wonderland is one that I am definitely happy to recommend.